Hi, welcome to Ask Phill. This is episode 14, goes on forever, and the subject of today's ramble is scaly leg. And that's not the type of scaly leg with me and me running shorts in the winter. This is scaly leg on your chickens. It's a horrible infestation. Turns the legs of your chickens scaly, hence the name, and it's caused by a small mite that burrows underneath the skin on the legs of your chickens and causes an inflammation that raises the scales on the legs like the little bits on a pine cone. They come up like this, very good impression, and leaves open raw flesh underneath. It's incredibly irritating for the birds. If they have a bad infestation, it can actually kill them because it stops them roosting properly and just drags them down. And as we know, stress with chickens is their biggest enemy. So the mites can also migrate from the legs, feet, and up to the wattle and around the little ears and things of the chickens. So you need to keep an eye on that. Very difficult to spot with the naked eye, but you can see on the legs what happens is the scales start to come up and you get a whitey grey sort of crusty deposit on the legs. Once you've seen it, you won't miss it. It's more common on old birds and on fluffy footed breeds like Brahmas and Cochins and all this sort of thing. So you really need to watch them. These mites are highly contagious and spread from one bird to another very easily, especially in damp weather, cold damp weather, muddy runs. If you keep your runs nice and clean and dry, then you'll find you'll get less trouble. But you see chickens running around in deep mud and all this, you'll find they get scaly leg in no time at all. So how do we get rid of scaly leg mite, you may ask? Well, in the olden days, they used to dip the chickens' feet in diesel or surgical spirit or paraffin, none of which is very nice. It did work after a fashion, but not the most pleasant thing for your chicken. If you can imagine having an open wound on you and then dumping it in some petrol or something like that, very painful and stressful for your chickens, and we know all about stress in chickens. So we now have proprietary products that we use. Things like the Nettex Scaly Leg Remover, which contains an insecticide, which will kill the mite, and various oils and potions that softens the scales and the skin to help it heal and stop it being so irritating. If you are organic, there are also barrier Scaly Leg Spray and barrier Scaly Leg Ointment, which contain things like tea tree oil and this, but they are better as a prophylactic treatment. So if you want to do that to your birds once a month, then I would say that's probably what to use. If you've got scaly leg mite, use this stuff. To make it more effective, when you've applied it, which is done by spray, you need to do all your birds because it's contagious, so you may not know that a bird has actually got it yet, and it may be harbouring some and then it'll just spread it to something else. So you need to spray all of them. Get your birds, take them off the perch at night when they're all sat there nicely. You don't have to chase them around. So again, not stressful for them. Just put them under your arm, give their legs a good old spray. If you've got one that's particularly bad, you do sometimes find it, especially with older cockerels and this sort of thing, get some petroleum jelly, Vaseline, whatever you want to call it. And when you've sprayed them, put that over the top of the affected area. And that will do two things. A, it'll seal in the pesticide, so it'll work better, and B, it'll help keep the leg moist and soft, so it'll help the skin heal, and it'll make the treatment much more effective. About once every 5 to 7 days you need to treat, probably 2 or 3 times, and then just keep your eyes open. Obviously when you're doing this stuff, rubber gloves, good idea. You shouldn't need a mask, but if you do it in the evening when the birds are on the perches, they won't get stressed. You can spray them, just put them back on the perch. They'll just stand there and say, what was all that about? And you should be getting rid of your scaly leg mite, which is what we want. So hopefully that's covered scaly leg mite in chickens. Got any questions? Again, as usual, email, Facebook, visit the website where there is in the information page on scaly leg mite and its effects. And also, of course, don't forget to visit it to keep your eye open for any news on the bird flu incidents and protection areas. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. If you've got any questions for Ask Phill, please email in to info@flytesofancy.co.uk. That's Flyte with a Y. Or you can go on to our Facebook channel, Flyte So Fancy Facebook channel, or our YouTube video channel, where all the Ask Phill questions are, and loads more videos from Flyte So Fancy. If you're interested in any products that have been featured on our videos, please have a look on our website, which is www.flytesofancy, again with a y.co.uk, and there's lots and lots of information, lots of products, and loads and loads and loads of chicken knowledge that's been garnered over the years. Also, just in case you're not on the internet, I'm not quite sure how you're watching this, but we also do a printed catalogue as well, which is we're just printing this year's now. So thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye.